Hi everybody, my name's Gordon Ogilvie. I'm the Safety, Health and Environment Manager for MSIP. First week of March is Careers Week, so we're doing a number of spots focusing on careers in engineering and the sustainable mobility world. And today I have with me Faisal. I'm just going to hand you over to Faisal. Faisal will explain what he does and the business that he's put together. Faisal, over to you.
Hi everyone, I'm Faisal Ghani, founder and CEO of SolarisKit. We're a clean tech company currently based at the Michelin Scotland Innovation Park, and we're specifically looking at how we can decarbonize heat. So looking at how we can use solar energy to meet hot water needs in the world with a really strong focus on Africa and other developing countries.
It's really fascinating and a really exciting thing that you've got going there, Faisal. So if I could just ask you first question, what got you interested in engineering?
So something that I'm not really proud to admit, but I am very much a nerd, and I was a nerd from a very young age. Basically, I really liked making things, building things. I had a head full of ideas, and I liked building upon those ideas. I think that then kind of naturally translated into a bit of an interest in science and mathematics. And so really from quite a young age, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and that was to become a mechanical engineer. But I think the real key thing for me was this love of building things and designing things.
That's great. So you're a bit of a tinkerer when you were younger,
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately for
taking
my
things
my
apart.
family. Yes, pulling things apart and not putting them back together. Yes, all the signs of a good engineer. Yeah.
That's great. And so, what's the most interesting thing that you've been involved in from an engineering perspective?
Yeah, I think it's not an easy question to answer because I think that's one of the great things about being an engineer is that you get exposed to so many different interesting projects, and there's just such a large breadth in the number of projects that you can work on. But of course, I would have to say the most interesting project that I'm working on is this current project, bringing to the market the world's first flat packable solar thermal collector. So something that we like to call is the IKEA solution to solar hot water. So we've invented a device which you can assemble yourself in around 20 minutes without a single tool. Really simple, so that anyone can really assemble it. And once it's assembled, it'll convert sunlight directly into hot water. So it's a product which could add lots of value to the environment by reducing carbon emissions to meet heating demand. In the UK, for example, we're heavily dependent on using gas to meet our heating demand. We need to start shifting our dependence away from fossil fuels. And so we're developing a piece of technology that can help countries like the UK and the very large regions of the world like Africa and Southeast Asia do the same thing. So it's a cool product, but also it's something that could lead to a huge amount of environmental impact, but also looking at social impact as well. So something that we take for granted, particularly in the UK, is our access to energy. We can just flip a switch and we have energy. Unfortunately, that's not the case for a little over 1 billion people in the world, and so that's another thing that we're trying to address is access to energy, which is just a critical thing for anyone living in the world.
Yeah, and it will only get more difficult and challenging as
Yeah, absolutely.
on the
Yeah.
planet. Scarce resources. Okay, so last question for you. Why should someone take up a career in engineering?
Well, I think engineering, the best thing about it is you have so many options available in a career in engineering. So myself being a mechanical engineer, I could get into power generation. I could get into the design of automotive cars. I could get into the design of aeroplanes if I wanted to. So it's one of the great advantages of engineering is that the sheer breadth of opportunities out there for us engineers. So if you get bored of things quite quickly, and I would say I'm one of those people. I get bored quite easily. You can just move on to something else. You don't have to worry about changing careers because there's just such a large demand for people with engineering skills out there in the world. So if you enjoy problem solving, if you have lots of ideas, you like building stuff, you're not too bad at mathematics or science, I think it's a really great career. It's definitely one of those decisions which I never regretted making.
Great, and it's that adaptability, isn't it? That it's we live in a changing world, and you can
Yeah,
change and adapt with the times and the needs.
yeah, absolutely. I think engineering, the core of it is the application of science to help humanity, essentially. And I mean, that demand will always be there.
Yeah.
You can't imagine it ever going away. So yeah, it's the world is always going to need engineers.
Always fascinating to talk to you, Faisal, and really appreciate your time today,
No,
to put the spotlight on engineering and sustainability. So
no pleasure.
thanks
Thanks very
for your
much.
time.
Thank you.